headlines coming from a tech news siguro, tech crunch lang siguro. And also having some functionality for searching uh, news items based on search keyword. So napun say para search of news and it will display the news bit. So we'll be adapting based on how the API. I have not tried this API yet, so we'll see. Tanaw na to. Okay. So first of all, we are going to have our command prompt here, and I'm going to go to my web folder. Daghan na kay isod na akong web folder. So here we're gonna create next app npx create dash next app. We'll call this my news. Delete plus kay minus man. By the way, I hope you're all ready with your 3 project proposals. Gawa sa team upload kaya na sila ilaha. So the API I'm going to use, let me open up a browser, is at ano sa to? Use API. Newsapi.org. Yeah, this one. So here are the sample endpoints that you can do. However, you need to have your API key. Can you see API key is going to be um, a string, a random string that is assigned to an account. So you cannot access without an account. And in order for them to make sure nga ang access katurang may account man nga sila gamit nga API key. I already logged in. I already got my account using, so in your case, you can go click on get API key and just sign up here. And after that, you can log in. And so when you log in, so I already have one. I already have an account. You'll be greeted with your account. So it looks like this. And here's your API key. Okay? So you can just copy this API key. By the way, dili na pod kinahanglan nimo copy kay when you go back into the home page, all the endpoints here now contains an actual API key. Di ba? Di para ganiha nga kuan na to siya, placeholder lang. So every single item here do na nay API key. But of course, you can change the values in the query here of whatever you want. Like in this case, we are looking for the query of Apple. So anything, anywhere, any news that contains the word Apple, and then there's from. This from is a date. So from June 21 to June 21. So meaning karong adlaw ra. And then sort by na popularity. So pwede po ka mag-sort by published at o kano sa sige published and then your API key. So what we are going to do here is we'll select itong headlines lang siguro naman ito na yeah, this one, top headlines lang, country US. We'll do PH here, and we'll have a category maybe of technology. So we'll see. Let's try this. So I'm gonna create the copy this link, and if I go to my VS Code. By the way, I'd like to install in your VS Code a plugin. So this one, this plugin Thunder Client. So what you can do is go to extensions and search for Thunder Client. This one, it's already installed in my case. And what it does is, na nakaimuhang kagulit yung insomnia or postman within sa imuhang base code. So dili na ka mag-switch og window, which is very nice. So for example, let me try the one that I copied earlier. So this is the icon for Thunder Client. As you can see, we have this. And you can even do activities, you can do collection. Mora gihapon og sa Postman og sa kanang na insomnia. So I have here my MDC online collection, which I can do. For our case, we'll just try the one that I copied. So I have a new request and then paste the request right here. So again, it already contains the API key for my of my account, which is this one. And let's just change the country to PH and then category to technology. And send it up. So we have here our result. We have a total of 70 results. And this is the first article. And each article will have a source, ID, and name. Then author, in this case, wala say author. Then there's the title, description, wala description. Then the URL, and wala po say image to the URL to the image. But some may have. Okay? Depende siguro sa publisher nga yung ikuhaan sa data. Kung Google, Puluswa, Bloomberg, this one. Yeah, so see, we have, what po diya po sa image, no? But na si published at, I wonder, na ba tayo makuha nga kuhaan sa Philippines nga doon na image? O daraw. We have here an image from the publisher lifehacker.com. Okay, so we can use this now for our application. So going back to our installation of Nuxt here, I'll just use that my news, and I'll use JavaScript and use npm, and I'll be using Bootstrap View. Simon, yung nandan, sayon na lang. Of course, mas nindot ang Tailwind, but magtuon pa ko. So I'll use Axios for this. I will not be using the Fetch API. So that's why I've selected the Axios here. And it won't be a progressive, and yeah, that's it. No linting and no testing, and bisa siguro ko mag-SSR, just single page lang. And of course, my server is static, and since I'm using VS Code, enable pa na ko si gsconfig. And there you go. So it will be installing now. Now, pay attention to what I'm doing, because this is what you are going to do as an activity for tomorrow. So wala tayong meeting tomorrow, what you'll have an activity. Okay? Just to give you kanang heads up or sama na kanang update o wa pa mo ma-updated, ang atong blended learning is duha ka approach. The synchronous approach, this is what we are doing now, synchronous. Why is it synchronous? Because we are synchronized. We are here together, and when I'm talking, you're listening. That is synchronous, and you can talk to me also. That is the synchronous part. And then there's the asynchronous part of our class, which is kamo magbuot og unason niyo buhaton in your own time, dili tadungan lahi mo panahon. But nalay deadline. So tomorrow we'll have a synchronous activity, which is exactly what I'm doing here. You are to replicate what I am doing here. So I've done this. Now let me go back to my VS Code and open up that folder. My news. All right. Yeah. Okay, so first thing is, since I used Axios, let me check our config first. Wala ta mag-SSR, static atong server, and our title is my news. We can change this one to my news app. And language is English. So we'll have, nanadaan, ibutang na po niya si Nuxt.js Axios nga. Kanang na ay module. And here is our module configuration for the Axios. Ako lang nibutangan og base URL. Okay? So I'll just do a base URL here, which is http colon slash slash localhost colon 3000 nasa base URL na to. Okay? So that every time we call Axios, naana na sa daan. At sumpay na lang ta sa sumpay niya. Okay, so that's it for our pages. For our index, siyempre, mo man ang kanang hinimo niya daan, atong tangtangon na siya because we don't want that. Also, uh, the styles here. Just add some styles later on if we want to, or if we need to. And then our export default. All right? So, first thing is, magbutang lang siguro ta og kaning ni ay header or sana navbar. So, I go to Bootstrap view here. It's not the Bootstrap original, but we'll be using this one, Bootstrap view. Bootstrap para sa view. So what essentially ang mga elements ani is these are view components, dili ni siya normal nga HTML tags, they are view components. So I'll do components under modal navbar, this one. So you see when you create a navbar, igon na lang kami og b navbar, and you'll be getting a navbar na. So I'll just use the simple one. And we'll put it right down here. And here here's our brand. So patangan nato ni og My News app. Of course, inside of our navbar, we need to put something here. Ano lang daw ibutang siguro ang kuan kanang na ay links nga headlines. So how do we write links? Ang palaban gyud pung ko diri kay kung memorize ani. Daghan. Nav item. So we'll use this one. Drop down rin ni. Tara. Nav item home. So something atong tan-tanawon po kung sa dagwa ni as we go on. PHP 9 on. NKM random. And of course, we'll be opening it up at host 3000. So the app is loading. It's loading still. And we have an error. Unexpected tokens export default. Anong nawa ang open? Alright, so ano na si home na may kinanglan to sila sa isod og something. Navbar. 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 Apa? B navbar nav. Still land by. There you go. Then, ang variant sa ato ang navbar, faded man siya, I'll do dark. Oh, variant. Ano ba yun? Yeah, type. Hala ko rin. May variant ano rin. So you have this. Okay na yun. Nabutangan natin dito sa tuo o search bar. Siyempre, palaban na punta dito. Form. Tara. Nav form. Guy here. There's a nav bar. We put our nav form. Search. Open na siya. Search, search. Lago yan na. Boom. Tawas gawas. Mukhang ni. Hindi siya no. Kaya di magkadimaw ni paste. Okay. Yan. Okay na. Instead of having just home, maybe yan lang na to na siya o headlines. And of course, this is going to be slash. And for our search result, well, single page naman eh. Ano man tayo? Basically, ni-click na to, mora gyapon. Just to remove ba, og na natay search output, dere, ni-click og headlines, balik sa headlines. Okay. So next, let's first do the headlines. Magawas na dire mga headlines, and based on our API, you can look for top headlines, and then just identify the source. And yeah, we'll just do this TechCrunch, and of course our API key. All right, so the way we do that is, of course, inside of our export default, our script. And we are going to identify first our data. Our data is going to be going to return an object or a hash, and this will have our results or search. May nga na to na yung results na lang. And this is just a blank object. And of course, we're going to have a method. So under methods, this is where we'll get our headlines. So we'll have get headlines here as a method. And of course, since we are asking for data from an API here, this should be an async method. And so that we can use the await keyword when we use the Axios, which is exactly what we need to write here next. So we do await, or yeah, so await this. The way you call Axios is this dot dollar Axios. And then we do get. We'll be doing a get request. And here we write our URL. Ayay, ang sabi itong atong URL nga ang akong gibutang sa config kay ag localhost man. Kung na lang ito sa muka. So here we type in our URL, which is coming from here. Just copy this and paste this one. Right down here, we'll just change. Do we have to change anything? No. We'll just use TechCrunch as our source. So that's our API request, and then we do then. And in the then, we'll pass in a response. And from that response, we're gonna do an callback function. Inside of here, we are going to get the request data into results. Okay, so we'll do if the result, the status of the result is 200, meaning successful, Then we are going to do this dot results is equal to rest dot data. By the way, ang atong output is ang output is ang data will be this guy here. So rest dot data dot articles ang atong kaon. Okay? Rest dot data dot kana rest dot data karon makuha po nato apil og pila ka buok and the total number of results. So we now have our data assigned with the values of the result of the response, but this will not be executed, of course. It will only be executed if we call this method here. And we want this method to be called immediately. So we can do this by calling get headlines method or function in one of the lifecycle hooks of Vue.js, which is in this case will be used created. So we have here a created lifecycle hook. And inside of this means that when and if and when your application is created, after siya ma-create, whatever you put here will be executed. So we'll simply call this that get headlines. Okay. And then now, so if we are going to go back to our application, you see nothing happens. What? Because although we already have data somewhere, we are not using it yet. Apa na to? Display. So we'll be displaying our output into below our navbar. So here's our navbar. And under here, we'll just create a, we are inside of a container naman, no? We're already inside of a container. So we'll just create a row. Delete outer view row, dot row. So we'll create a row for every, so may dagway na to, button. Mag-card lang ta mag-card. So we'll have a div. We'll have a div with dflex para flexbox kung gamiton. And we'll justify content between and inside will be all our articles. And each article will be inside of a div that is a card. And this card, paninganlan og article, like ito na yung butangan og styling the si that article. Yeah. So may gidak ko na to will have a width of say 30%. So 30%, tulok ka 30%, tulok ka card atong himuon tulok ka card sa usa ka row. Siyempre, ato na himuon ning atong deflex og flex wrap. Pero og naisumpay muna og ra sa ubos. Okay? So we'll have our card, then next we'll have that card header. And we'll have an H5 that is a card title. And we write here the title. So ari diri ibutang si title. But of course, kini siya mo atong utro-trohon balik-balikon kada article. So this should be inside of a V4, V-4, and our V4 basis is our result. And inside of our result is our articles. So it's going to be V4 result dot articles ba to? Check back. Yeah, it's articles with S. Kaya daghan na siya. Before as let's say article. And of course, we need to have a key here. Ano naman siya Nalain mo si... Okay. It's gonna be article that... Ano ba yung ID sa article? Ah, ID. Usaro ni ka ID. Wala. So, we'll have to do here comma index. Karon assign the index as the key. Ano naman yan? Source.articles. Saan siya? Emitted value instead of an instance of error. Huh? Invalid before expression. Saan mo na pagsuot ng before? B-4, item in. Ano bali? Okay. So we'll have B4 index ng mga articles in results that articles. Article ni articile. And this should be inside of parentheses. Yeah. Okay, so here we are going to put the article dot title. See, title is directly under the article, so no problem. Then beside, we'll also put siguro na lang for the author in a div article dot author. Okay, hopefully we have something shown. Yeah, wala yung nakita. Wala ni call sa kuan guys. Wala ni call sa API. So wala ma-call sa get headlines. I don't know why nanamta siya sa created. Oh, sorry. Si created kay nasusod sa methods. Yan, so nagtawag na siya News API and we now have cards nga walay sulod. So eventually we have a get here and so na response and we have this response. Inside of articles we have this. Na po yung object dia inside sa articles. Author. Dili pareha ang yang gi-output dire kay articles. Inside of articles is an object. Lagi an array of objects. Okay, ari mo na siya. Oh. And inside is na source, na author, na title. It's just a matter of how you are going to format what you display here. Author title mo, ano mo yun tani? Or nabali? Yeah, nabali. So we have our author and the title. And we'll also try and put, of course, the link will be the title itself. So this particular one should be a link. So this is a router link. The router link is also another component part sa view. No, not view, sa next. So router link is just another component available in Next that is going to replace your Ahref router styles. So nani siya ay 2 nga kanang na ay attribute, and what we put here is the actual URL. So sa atua we have this property is going to be article.url. So now hopefully oops, we have an error na pod. Oh, sorry. Dili ta pwede dahil mag curly braces sa attribute. Instead of curly braces, kini siya may atong i-bind like that. I-bind ang attribute padong sa, because this is a variable man or an actual value. And there you go. So mga himo na siyang link, and hopefully we click on that, and so man na yung ay ato na siyang ikuan. Ning sumpara siya og so dapat naka igisumpara man niya dito. So next is undefined. Ay, sus, ano mo router link ba ito ano eh. Actual mo na siya nga href. Uh, and ay, kalimut ko kanunay sa bind eh. Ida na si Pindilinteria. And, ay, author man lagi ni. Idol. And also, ito po rin i-target og kasi dapat ikuha na ni nav link, and we'll have a target of blank. Kaya rumabli og bagong page. So, click na yan, ablig bagong page, and there's your article coming from your app. Pero, nawaro ko na, sa man sa mga tupong. So, that is, arin na sa flexbox na to, nga kuan, align content, mantingali ni, and stretch. See? Kamugana eh. By the way guys, ang gigamit nga Bootstrap nga version sa Bootstrap View is 4.6 dili 5.0. Just to give you a heads up. Saan ba to? Utilities. Dara si Flex. And align items. Should be align items stretch. Delete justify items. Oh, content. Items. Wala yung gapon. Nya ano mo sa nagsikit man sa tanan? 'Di ba ang width na to sa article is supposedly only 30%. 30. 33 man unta, 'di ba? Ang divided by 3. So nauntay space in between. Oh, wa gini mo mao. Wa man din na mo dash. So ana. Okay, saktor din ni kay ang ihading ay di ang yung sulod article card. Lagi. So header. Card header man na siya. We also have here that card body. Isud na to sa description. Is it description, guys? So niya is content. So content. We put here article dot content. And yan. Tupong sila tanan. And butangan na to og kanang margin sa ubos. So margin bottom of 3. Kuha mo gana. Ay, dili. Ano naman kadiha? Ang card, may butang margin bottom 3. There you go. So that's your headlines. Mura po na headlines nga naka-card, no? Bahala na. Just to show you how this is done. Yeah, dako kayong space sa 30%, no? So maybe we'll do 31% or 31.5%. Yan, better. And so next will be the search. Kung we search, tama ilista ni sa atong search content, search results. So we'll have another async method for searching, and the result will be replacing the results here. And of course, when we do that, automatic nang ma-updated ang sulod niya because it is reactive. That's the good thing about Vue.js or any other JS framework is because of the reactiveness of the data. So when you change the data, automatic siyang mo change sa iyang DOM. Okay, so let's do that. And we need to identify, di naman makita ni atong search button eh. That's not. So just btn sa dili lang sa ato ang variant dili ta mag outline kaya makita yan. Better ganit tingali og kuan siya light. Okay, so when we click on the search button, so we are going to have to add @click here, and we'll do on search. So tawgon niya ang method niya on search. So also kini si input kung mag-change pod, okay, kung mag-change, we'll also do the same thing on search. So either mo type ka then press enter, that's change, di ba? Or mo click ka, that's also click, and it both calls on search. Nga wala pa na to buhata. So we'll do right here async on search here, and of course we're gonna get the value of this one, this input. So we are going to bind this into a model. So v model, call this search key. Okay, of course we need to declare this data into our data here. Have search key. This will be a string. So yun naman na siya sud. Function string. Dili. Yan ala. Yan. All right. So when we click on search, or when we type enter on the search kanang input, we're going to execute. We do await on this dot axios that get lang gihapon, and so we are going to get the sana URL from our API. Kung mag-search ta, it's going to be katong the everything. The everything, and then na queue as the search key. So we'll just assign whatever is typed inside here into the queue in our URL. So just copy this. And again, paste it in here. But this time, ang queue na to, ilisa na to ni. So, poplon sa na to dire, kotob diha. And instead here, we are going to add this dot search key. So, ang search key may ibutang sa queue. And same thing, padayon lang nato nga karong adlaw ra atong pangitaon. Okay? And here's our API key. So after that, we can do .then. Then we can assign here a res for our result, and we call back function. And the same thing if yahon na nato ni. That's exactly the same man said. So we simply say get the result and assign it back to the results here. So hopefully we'll have a different set of results after we type our search. So if we try to search matter day, nabaka po na? Search. Uy, nalagi mga club mo ba ning gawas yun ya? Manish. Lahi man. Okay. So, maorder tingali kay basin og naka-form ang guday ni siya. So, ni-submit siya og form. To prevent this from submitting as a form, we can, instead of just click, or instead of we should change this to submit. Mag-alarm na ko. Yan ako ikuaon og alas 10. So, submit.prevent. Okay? Submit.prevent. Kaya hindi siya mo, kaya kung mag-submit dito kag form, kaya mo change man na siya o mo reload mo siya sa page, di ba? So, let's do this again. And let's try matter. Matter lang. Search. Search mo. Sumpit mo yapon. Uy. Dida. Prevent naman tanaw. Ay, sorry. Kini si submit prevent. Delete na siya sa button. At na siya sa form. Yeah. Actually, we don't need na the iconing on change kay when we press enter within the form, mo naman ito mahitabo. Again, after Tesla, sigmoy nakaingon nga, kanang na yan. So, we have a different set of output. And, ano ba po Tesla? Ano yung naka-Tesla ani nila? Tesla's controversial yoke, steering. If you click on that, we have this. No? Okay, so gana ang atong search. Also change this to Bohol. Let's enter. One thing, to death from below, submarines that suck an empire. So may buhol ani. Binay calls out tourism secretary. Okay, ni Nasyon ni Bohol.
May ko na. Tarsier.
Ay, Tarsier. Ang
Intergalactic
tingog,
Transport.
Tarsier.
Day night sa
May
Tarsier.
nakabuhol ani, eh. Sa man
Ato,
ilang,
Tarsier na.
ah?
Philippine Tarsier Concern.
Di ba, kini nga out, kini siya nga
Ah,
article, wa may nakabuhol ani nila.
ah,
Anyway, di man kita may ga-code ana, di man kita may gahimo sa backend. Muna ilang getag sa backend based on the search key nga buhol, no? Kayo. Dako siguro kayo og kanang naay coverage silang search nga basin naa ni siya relation sa buhol. Sig taga buhol ang gaswat ani. But anyway, let's try another one. Hewlett. Hewlett Packard is HP. HPE, the two hottest terms in enterprise. So, muna siya guys. What you're going to do for your activity is to do something like this. It doesn't have to be the news app, okay? As long as you can do loading on created, and start niyan, nandun siya data nga ikuha, and then the searching functionality. Pwede ra pod o kanil pod nga API inyong gamiton, niya kinahanglan lang mo sign up para makuha mo API key like this. Or if you want, you can just copy this API key that I have here. Aron din na mo mag-sign up. Kaso lang, mag-utro-utro mo ng API key, guys. So, basin mo gana ni siya karon, yan, ikaugma, dili na. May na lang na maghimo mo inyong account para inyo yung API key ang magamit. Alright? Any question, guys? So if you have no more question, see you na lang later on sa 10:30 sa tuwang kuan. We'll be using the same kuan na link. Okay, so see you later na lang. Bye-bye everyone. Please execute leave drill.